We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. Happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Here's Howell. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Thanks to receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Jets at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and 10. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Rodgers to throw once more. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Straight ahead is Hall. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt. For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run with Hall. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And Reagor will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, very strong in that victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera is going to call a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They run the counter with Cook. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Third and 9 here. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8. Now, Hal's going to mix it up here. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. In motion comes the tight end left. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to 43. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Faking the handoff. Howell. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, 626.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
88. Yeah, this. Here, Mike.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. Quentin Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On 2nd down, Cook. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Here's Tress Way now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. There, but it doesn't fool them. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hall on a give up the middle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line.
From the gun, here's Abanikanda. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This now a 3rd and 4.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Look again.
Rodgers going to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bonito. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now throwing on 1st down here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
And Howe will throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick 6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had an open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. The quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front. Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing him to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. One last shot before the break. Howell, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Joey Slye to kick off for the Commanders.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're going to speed things up here.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Here's Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can not afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And this returnable for Reagor. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. First down, Howell to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Option play, here's Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Howell. Taking a shot for Samuel. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Flip again.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Ball again. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On first down, right back to Hall. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. The give now to Abanikanda. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman. 28 yards. And the Jets are able to extend their lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Reagor will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
2nd down, Hal now. He'll buy some time right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Going to look deep for Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Powell changing the play here. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
They'll give to Hall. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Hey, 626.
In motion left, Hardman. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Zuerlein now for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Howell, another throw on 2nd down. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. On the handoff, Abanikanda. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And they'll go again with Abanikanda. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Abanikanda. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for the Jets, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, well, this loss means they'll have 2 more shots to avoid the dreaded 0-17. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles